What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Danny the Bull, back with another live stream here. The last one probably of 2023. I wanted to get one in on OMI and Veve and give my thoughts on it as the year winds down and we get ready for 2024, which is going to be an explosive year for crypto, I think. Will it be an explosive year for OMI, though? That's one of the questions we're here to discuss. As always, let's jump into the chat and see who's with us. We got Jomi in the house. He was first and he is ready. Blockchain Pirate in the house, ready for an end of the year. I'm not doing I learned I don't do price predictions. I do price potential now and ranges and just kind of like think things through and where things could go. Dutch homie in the house. Are we in a buy the rumor, sell the news month? I do think that there is some sell the news potential on the ETF launch in January, but we'll see. Normally, we will get a decent sized pullback pre-halving after a run up like we've had. So will it be sell the news on the ETF? Will it be sell the news on the first rate hike, rate cut? Right, the Fed rate cut that will likely be incoming in Q1. We'll see. Always prepare for a pullback, though, and expect that volatility. But in a bull run, when the long-term trend is up, all dips are for buying, right, in my opinion. And so there's that. Russ, what's with these AVAX meme coins pumping? Yes, I'm in also. AVAX Foundation bought up a bunch of meme tokens to support the cause, and that reignited the run. Kakinu has been now, it went down quite a bit. It's now on the uptrend along with all the other meme coins over there, thanks to the foundation. And maybe we get a Binance listing for Kak, and that could possibly catapult it to $1 billion market cap. Let's see. Let's get it. Please make 2024 an OMI year. We're going to talk about it and a lot to discuss as always. What's good, Super Tanya in the house, or Super Tony? No, sorry. Justin is split 50-50 on OMI. There are a lot of mixed feelings on OMI. And as people, I'm going to let people filter in. We got 30 people up in here already. I'm going to let some people filter in before I start going over my sentiment on OMI as well. Season 3 OG in the house. Doughboy, what's good? Jojo, no fudding, please. Exchanges are in the chat. How's it going? They're watching. They have their ways. Range prediction for OMI next bull run. Randy said 15 to 18 cents. Patient hodler was at about 8 cents. Yeah, we'll get to that a little later for sure. Joe Hat token. I have some Joe Hat token. I bought some a while ago and just forgot about it. What is that at right now? I think I'm down on it still. Yeah, I bought it a little high. Traded $1 million OMI for Illuvium. Nice. Illuvium's going to do well. I think Illuvium will have a nice run again. Husky AVAX low cap. I'll be happy if OMI hits 003 next year. Walrus King, all over your OMI content, mate. Hope you're good, mate. Hope you're good, Walrus. Bought some AVB, AVAX coin with 10,000 tokens max supply. I have not heard of that one. Mark Myers in the house. Happy birthday, Mark. A good friend of the channel. Happy birthday, friend. Been chatting with Mark Myers for 2 years now. And I will say that my favorite part of OMI and Veve is the community and all the people that I've met along the way and have maintained some relationships with. So hope you have a good birthday, Mark Myers. And P. Civ says, Patient Hodler said 8. Yeah, I don't think he said I'm going to have to get Hodler on here. Last I spoke to Hodler, he said he thinks it will break all-time high. Pixel, happy last days of 2023. It's hard to believe, right, that this year has flown by, and this is always a time for reflection, right? End of the year, start of a new year. It's marks a milestone. And so let's talk about OMI and where it stands and what, my thoughts on it are. And it's kind of complicated. But here we are as time of this recording, OMI at 0007. So, it's been kind of flat, almost like a stable coin here. If you look at it, hasn't really done too much. It dips down into the 0006 range. It comes back up. Anytime it comes up into that high 7 range, kind of gets sold off a bit. So OMI has kind of been lagging behind some of the other altcoins, and a lot of people are asking, is it time to worry, and how will it perform? My homie Asian Dan posted this tweet. I thought this was really funny. If OMI doesn't move in 2025, he's got that McDonald's shirt on. And so should we be concerned about OMI? I wasn't watching Cryptos R Us, but someone passed along a clip of George from Cryptos R Us. Someone in the chat asked about OMI, and he was immediately dismissive and said, OMI's not coming back. And then he just moved on. So is he right? And that's what we're going to talk about. I think that first and foremost, let's talk about, Veve as, sentiment goes up and down. And back in August through October, sentiment was up. Things were moving in the right direction, right? We just got that first bit of utility out, and then kind of rode that momentum. The rest of the market was down. OMI was up, rode that momentum into October. And October really exemplified what Veve does well. And that's the partnerships, right? They announced the Funko partnership, which was really bullish. They announced the the addiction partnership, which was a really cool thing to get that physical digital hybrid and also get some indie comic creators in the Veve app. So that was dope. They had the physical Spider-Man comics. That was dope. You had the Veve parties that really exemplified the strength of the community and the bond that's there. And so I feel like October really exemplified what Veve does well, right? But there were two sides to this token, and the last couple of months have kind of exemplified what they don't do well, and that is get things done, right? And I'm talking about those big deliverables because they're good at the partnerships. They're good at the licenses and getting those things done. But on the tech side, we all know, right, the memes of soon and when and the promises and lack of follow through in delivery. And it was this time last year when Dan said that he had a Christmas present and it was MCP, right? And it got pushed back. It didn't land by Christmas of 2022. It came in March, but it was said that shortly after phase 1 of MCP, phase 2 would begin, and people would be in phase 2, people would be able to spend their MCP points. Here we are now heading into 2024, right? You still can't spend those MCP points. 2022, November, was that much anticipated video of the release of OUP, the revised tokenomics plan. And it was said that that would kick off in Q1 2023. And by the end of 2023, all of that utility would be out. And of course, all we got was some soft staking. And so I think a lot of us entered this bear market with big expectations that they would burn through that supply, because many of us that got into OMI got into it because of that deflationary narrative and that idea that they're going to burn through OMI tokens, 300 billion of them. And this bear market was a perfect opportunity to do just that, because the price was low. And the lower the price, the more OMI you're going to burn through. However, they didn't even get one burning mechanism out. Right now, here we are, 2024. Bronze tickets are set to launch. So if you're interested in staking your OMI for, bronze tickets, OMI Rewards Season 1, the deadline is January 1st to get your OMI onto Layer 2. There are plenty of videos on that if you haven't done so already. I've got some OMI staked on there. I've got a few million, not the full 10. But even when this came out, and this came out a few weeks ago, it didn't have any really positive sentiment or move on the price, because it's kind of a placeholder, right? You can't actually use the bronze tickets as initially intended. It's kind of like you get more MCP points for the bronze tickets. You do get the crafting capability, which should be cool, and I would love it to be, craft and OMI NFT, right? Like either the red circle or the Akomi symbol, whatever it is. So it's got the potential. You have the potential to be rewarded through that crafting mechanism, but we don't really have enough information about it yet, right? That's also kind of the point. So where I'm getting at is this. Veve has done a tremendous job of making their app easy to use, onboarding people, hiding all the crypto stuff, creating a one-stop shop for digital collectibles. They are leading the space when you look at licensed IP, right? And McFarlane Digital is, for as much hype as they had early on, and I was a fan, not much going on there. Cryptoys is, I think, doing well and doing their thing, but, still far away from where Veve's at. Palm, I've heard that they've cleaned up their website and, their queue system and whatnot, but it's still Veve and everyone behind them, right? So Veve has done some things very well. What they haven't done well is get those big ticket items out. And now we're in 2024. Veveverse beta is supposed to get more people in. There are only like 50 people in there. So the question is, again, when? And what does it mean for OMI? And is there too much opportunity cost? Because that's what it comes down to. For when you think Veve and OMI are two separate things, if you like to collect on Veve, then you're a collector at heart, and it doesn't matter, what the price does, right? So collectors don't have to worry about those things. If you are an OMI holder, it's not a question of will the token price go up. It's a question of will the token price go up more than these other tokens, right? Because that's what you have to weigh. So my thoughts are, yes, OMI will go up, but I don't think it will go up as much as some of these newer tokens. All right. And I'm kind of jumping the gun. Let me get back to this is, so we talk about OMI price, and there's something to be said for, sentiment following price, right? So if you look at OMI in comparison, this is OMI side by side by some other, comparables, right? You got Sandbox, Mana, Gala, which is a gaming token, but Gala and OMI were the two top performers last cycle in terms of bottom to top, in terms of number of X's. Ape Coin, which is in that NFT space, and Flow, which is an NFT platform. Now, we know that OMI is lagging. Let's look at the monthly gains. OMI's up 9%, Sandbox 43%, Mana 20%, Gala 23%, ApeCoin only 4%, Flow 39%. On the yearly, the only coin that has performed worse is Ape of these six. Ape is down 53%. I'm not sure if that's because Ape was released a little later in last cycle and it was airdropped to a number of Bored Ape Yacht Club holders that they just dumped. But aside from Ape, on the yearly chart, Sandbox up 50%, Mana up 78%, Gala 96%, Flow up almost 40%. Now, Gala is in the gaming sector, and that sector, so you might think in terms of, well, the narrative hasn't pumped yet. But Flow is an NFT narrative play, right? Sand and Mana are metaverse plays, and the metaverse narrative isn't, that's not a hot narrative right now. And so still OMI is lagging. And the question is OMI lagging because, it's not its time because like the narrative hasn't run yet? Or is OMI lagging because the team has failed to do what they said that they would do in the time they said that they would do it, and sentiment is low? And I think that it's the latter, right? It's the fact that these things we saw when that first bit of utility came out. There are a lot of things going on with OMI. We saw when the first utility came out, we pumped into the 00 range. And I think that if the team was running on all cylinders and if they were delivering the way they should, we would be up there. That would put us at, in the same range as where Mana and Decentraland are in terms of for the year, in terms of gains. We started the year at 008. 0012 would be a 50% gain. So my thinking is that if they had kept momentum up, if there wasn't such disappointment, which creates sell pressure, then OMI would be up around 50% or similar to Mana, similar to Sand. So, when we talk about prices down, that's why sentiment is down. That's true, right? Anytime people react emotionally to the price. However, in OMI's case, I do believe that part of the price being suppressed is the result of frustration by a lack of getting those milestones hit and following up, because there are a lot of people with a lot of OMI. I think it was Javier Torres ran a poll, which I thought was interesting last week. If I can find it. let me pull it up. Let me search for it. But Javier ran a poll asking about what people are doing with their OMI. And it was interesting to see the results, how many people are holding versus selling. Let me try to pull this up. Here it is. So his question was, have you sold off any of your OMI to pursue other opportunities? And 31% said sold it all. 7% said sold a large portion. 6% sold a small portion. So 44% of people responded that they sold at least a small portion of their OMI, which is, not a small amount. And so, when I think of what's OMI going to do, my thoughts haven't changed. All right, first and foremost, I think that OMI will have its day. I think that OMI's not going to stay down forever. They do a bunch of things right. The partnerships, etc. They're going to the crypto convention in Paris in January, and we'll see what they say about OMI, but I do expect them to have some announcement there. David said it in his interview with Metamona. He talked about the fact that they have a big partnership that they're going to be unveiling. That's going to be in January. So there are going to be positive things that come out. They're eventually going to chip away at things, right? And so I do think the price is going to go up. And a rising tide lifts all boats, right? The whole asset class is going to go up. Eventually, if other things continue to run and OMI stays down, OMI will be considered undervalued, right, relative to other things. So I do think as long as they get some things out, it's going to go up in price. But the question is, how high? And is there opportunity cost? And that's what you have to think about, right? Because if it goes up 5x, 10x, 10x isn't, that's a nice gain. I'm trying to pull up. Here we go. So this is not it. This is it. A 10x is a nice gain. A 10x would bring us to 007, just under that major resistance of 008. We couldn't get through 008 last cycle after coming below it. It's going to act as major resistance this time around. And so a 10x is nice. And I think that's definitely possible. Do I think that it will definitely get to new all-time highs? I don't. I've said that before a bunch of times. I think that there is risk involved with OMI. I think that there are things hanging over it, and there are things to watch out for. Okay? And that, I don't enjoy coming out and saying that there are risks involved or that it might underperform other coins. I own it. I hold it. I'm incentivized to say it's going to go to 5 cents, right? But I have to keep it real at the end of the day and be honest and give my thoughts. There are a bunch of bag holders. Just like we see selling pressure when we go up to 0077, 008, and then it sells and wicks down. There are people who have been holding this from all the way back. This doesn't go all the way back, this chart, because of the layer 2 migration. And so one of the things that I think, and I've said many times, that might prevent it from getting to all-time highs is the sell pressure. And this is very common in crypto if you pay attention to cycles. A coin's first cycle is its best cycle. unless it's a blue chip. In your first cycle, everything is based off of speculation and hope. You can promise people the world, and within 2 years, the cycle's over and there's a bear market. And so you don't need to deliver within that time frame. In order to come back strong the next cycle, you need to have delivered, right? Which coins stick around for multiple cycles? Besides, you got the layer ones, XRP still building, Chainlink still a viable project, getting bigger and stronger fundamentally. The coins that come back and put in new all-time highs are the ones that come back fundamentally stronger. And so that's the question, is OMI more fundamentally stronger now than it was last cycle? And I think an argument can be made that it's not, right? Because the tokenomics have changed. We don't have a clear path to the tokenomics, and they're very slow at implementation. And so I think, again, there's a range for what I think could happen. I think the price is going to go up. I think it could do a 10x and get to that 007 mark. And I think that would be like my base case scenario. A bear case scenario is they completely lag and fail to get things out. And frustration, doesn't go away, and it just peaks and accelerates, and people realize opportunity cost and dump. I think that's a bear case, worst case scenario. Base case is that they don't deliver everything, but they deliver enough, right? They deliver the bronze tickets, the Q system comes out, and you can actually use them as they're intended for. OMI to NFT comes out, because that, I think, is a major form of utility. And they get on exchanges, because you need that liquidity, you need the token awareness, and you need to satisfy that promise that you made, right? That you said that there were going to be exchanges, and now you got to get on exchanges. Now, will they do those things? I think that they will get some of those things done. Now, last time David was on the Mona channel, he caught a lot of heat, and I skewered him a little myself for that line about the fudders and exchanges looking at sentiment and fudders and all that stuff. He did say in that interview that they put in applications for a few different international exchanges. Okay, so which exchanges? Are they major exchanges? Are they smaller exchanges? We'll find out. I think that we need exchanges. If for nothing else, again, because you can buy it on MetaMask, you can buy it on Coinbase Wallet, you can buy it on those small exchanges that it's on. So it's not like you can't get it, but there needs to be more liquidity and token awareness. But more importantly, they said that they were going to deliver on exchanges, right? And so they have to come through on that. And if they don't, there's going to be more unrest. And what's going to happen is there's going to be more sell pressure. All right. Now, there are a couple paths forward for OMI. One is these guys run on all cylinders and get done what they said they would, right? And they check all those boxes. Another is that Veve gets hot again, which I think can happen. Not to the extreme that happened in January of 22. But I do think that Veve can catch fire again for the, especially those grails. And you're seeing some of them gain momentum, right? You see the Batman Todd I have that one. It's gone from 500 to 800. You're seeing them move up. There's going to be arbitrage. Even if it's not from OMI to the collectibles, I've said it before, even a bunch of, our community members, if they do well with crypto, I'd have no problem buying some of the grails, right? Once my crypto bag is where I want it to be, and I think it's going to get there, God willing, and if the cycle does what I think it's going to do, I'm going to have big bags after this, and I have no problem buying some Veve stuff. And then, price action picks up and people seeing things, and then FOMO kicks in. And before you know it, you're in a bit of a Veve bull run. And then maybe that brings out some token. Then maybe there's arbitrage between Veve and OMI. So I do think that there are paths for OMI to do well. And, there'll come a time when OMI gets its pump. But the question is, it's not will OMI go up? The question is OMI a better investment than many of these other new coins? And for me, the answer is no, it's not. Because I've said it many times, the new coins are the ones that are going to run the hardest. Right? You look at Nakamoto Games, which is coming out with partnership after partnership, and you look at this chart from earlier in the year, from 8 cents to $1.76. When you look at Playable Games, did a 50x already, but it still only has a market cap of $30 million. So if I had to ask myself, what do I want to buy right now? So my brother came over on Christmas Eve, and he noticed he bought some throughout the bear market. I kept on telling him, buy Solana, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. And he made fun of me. He didn't really listen. He bought a little. He went, and now he noticed the run up, particularly on Solana. And he asked me to help set him up and buy some coins. And he asked me which ones I'd recommend. So when I look at it from a fresh perspective and looking at this whole crypto market, because there are thousands of coins, there is no need to marry a coin. There's no need to get emotionally attached to a project, which oftentimes happens. And when I look at it objectively, and I'm thinking for the next 3 years, 2 years, as someone starting a portfolio, what would I invest in starting from scratch, starting from here? No emotions. Would it be OMI or would it be something like Playable Games? OMI's at a $170 million market cap, I believe. Playable Games at a $35 million market cap. OMI has baggage. Playable Games has nothing but hope, hype, and speculation, right? The same thing that OMI had last cycle. OMI has bag holders. Playable Games has no bag holders. None. Anyone who bought Playable Games, unless you bought this top 2 weeks ago, you're in profit. And chances are you're going to be in profit in 2 months, regardless of where you bought now. And so you're not in a rush to sell. You are looking to ride it up, right? That's why new coins outperform old coins. That's one of the reasons. Now, again, I think OMI is going to go up. I think OMI will have its day. I am not panicked about OMI. However, OMI also represents a small portion of my portfolio. And so that's when I think of, is OMI a buy, a hold, or a sell? It's not a buy if I'm thinking of OMI versus all these other coins, because there are way too many coins that are new and that are going to do well. Right? Even coins that I don't have, I know are going to do extremely well. Look at Trias. I think that's how you pronounce it. Market cap is, I want to say, it's up there now. I forget. But I didn't buy this. I know some people who've bought it. Veve Viral bought it. It's done a nice run up. This is going to continue to run up. Mint Layer is one that is going to continue to run up. Look at the chart. Brand new token, hot narrative. It's going to ride the hype. Mint Layer is reasonably can do a 50x. TET. I talked about TET on 2 streams ago when I said I was buying this in this $9 range. Right after I bought it, it went up 150% to $27. It's come down a bit. TET is something that's going to ride a narrative. It's a new token for a new cycle, riding a new narrative. And so for me, these are the buys, because everything is relational, right? It's not that OMI won't go up. OMI's going to go up. But will it go up as much as these? TET still has a smaller market cap. TET's market cap is 100 million. It is a layer 1 scaling solution for Bitcoin. TET could conceivably go to $300, could conceivably go to $500, could go to $100. So when I look at what am I going to be buying, there are things with a smaller market cap that I think could run harder and further. So then, is it a hold for OMI? And I think that OMI is a fine hold if it's a certain portion of your portfolio. If I were heavy on OMI, like if my portfolio was like 20% OMI, I would probably scale out of some OMI and put it into new coins. With its position in my portfolio, I'm comfortable holding OMI. I'm going to ride it out. But if my portfolio was like 50% OMI, that's too much risk in terms of opportunity cost, because there is no need. We are in an inherently risky sector. Alts are very risky. Crypto is very risky. There's no need to take on extra risk, right? There's no need to be so heavy on any one coin, no matter what it is. And so there's opportunity cost. Can you envision a scenario where the new lawsuit weighs down on OMI and they struggle to get that weighs down on OMI and they don't get like a Binance, and they get very little done in terms of utility, new utility? Can you envision that scenario for 2024? And if the answer is yes, then I think that you should not be overly allocated to the OMI token. But I think it will go up. All right, so I think it's complicated. Those are my thoughts on OMI. Let me jump back into the chat and hear what your thoughts are, because I went on a bit of a rant here. And let me know what you're thinking there. David said tier 1 exchanges this year. But he said this, right? But now it's a matter of delivering that. So they've said this before. And there's an expression, don't tell me who you are, show me who you are. And, out of all the things that David said in that Metamona interview, all anyone talked about was that Futter's comment. But he said positive things. He said that they put in for new exchanges. He said that they OMI NFT was on the, was still in the plans. He said that there's a new partnership coming in January. So he said many positive things. Why did everyone harp on that one negative thing? It's because they're frustrated that they've been saying these positive things are coming, but they haven't come yet. And so it doesn't matter what you say at this point. Now it's about deliverables. It's only about deliverables. If they run on all cylinders and deliver, OMI has an opportunity. It can break all-time highs. Absolutely, it can. It can go to 3 cents or more. But that is a big if when you look at their history of delivering, right? Because they haven't been able to deliver on those things. And so will they be able to deliver on all of that in the next bull run? We're going to find out. But my point is, it's fine to hold it. I wouldn't be overly allocated. That's just my perspective. And I know that, look, I get way more likes and subs and whatever when I am overly positive, right? So I don't like saying that, you shouldn't be overly heavy on OMI and OMI to the moon and all that stuff. But it is what it is. Will the SEC verdict on Terra Labs impact other cryptos? Is this the Terra Luna thing? I don't think so. That most recent thing, I don't think that will hold weight, but I'm not sure. I think that there are some things that could affect crypto, like something going on. If something were to happen to Tether, if that would get attacked by the government, we'll see. When $5, Marcus. Funny. I believe we will finally see all the catalysts we've been waiting for. And we might. I hope so. I want nothing more than to see all of those catalysts and to celebrate and to have a 5-cent OMI party. I want that. I would love that. But we'll find out. The thing is, they have a hard time executing these things. And so if you ask me for my opinion, will Veveverse roll out in full? Will we get major utility for OMI? And will we get big exchanges next year? I can't say with certainty that will happen. I've been conditioned to think that it won't. But I do think that they'll get some great partnerships. And I'm here to stay, but I'm also here to make money. And so when I think about OMI, I think about OMI versus all these other coins. OMI versus TET, OMI versus Mint Layer, OMI versus all these other coins. And how do you position yourself? You really need to take a look at great project. I will take a look at that. Jomi, I'm torn. Do I buy more OMI or leave it alone? Buy when it's boring? I would say this is not financial advice. If you have a good bag of OMI, here's the thing. If you have 20 million OMI, if you have 20 million OMI and it goes to 008, you have $160,000. That's a good amount of money. If it were to go to all-time highs, 300, that's 300K. And if it breaks, you're talking about 500K to $1 million. So if you already have a good bag of OMI and that bull case hits, you're fine. You're good. Prepare yourself for a bear case now. Should you take on extra risk? And my answer would be to spread yourself out, That is what I do. My alts are spread out. I did not overly allocate to TET. I threw a good, decent chunk of money at it. Now I have a lot because it went up. But spread yourself out because you're going to get 10x's, 20x's, 30x's from other tokens. So what's worst case scenario? You buy OMI, you don't buy more OMI. It goes to 2.5 cents, which from here is what? 30x, mental math. Worst case scenario, let's say you don't buy more OMI, it breaks all-time high, goes to almost 3 cents, does a 30x, but you put that money into a new coin like playable games or whatever you research and like, and that does a 10 to 20x. Are you going to be mad at yourself? You're still going to have your bag of OMI, and you're going to have that other bag. Now on the flip side, if the counter argument is true and OMI doesn't perform to expectation, and let's say it only does a 10x from here, which would be disappointing, or does less than a 10x, and you put money into something else that outperforms it, then you're good. And if a bear case scenario rolls around for OMI, then you're protected. My point is, I would not over allocate to any one altcoin. Don't marry your alts. It is a rule. We're not investing in stocks. I think it's important to understand that this whole space is based on narratives, speculation, and hype. They will pump and people will extract money from them, and then they'll drop 95%. You need to learn how to play the crypto game. It's not about investing in the best company or the best, there is no best company in one cycle. Now, long term, if you're talking about, couple cycles, you need to invest in a project that's going to survive and keep building, something that's fundamentally built to last. But that'll still drop 95%. Solana dropped 98% last cycle. So there is no need to over allocate. I think my answer would be, if you had, a million OMI and you really want the 2 or 3 million, buy OMI. If you have 20 million OMI and only a little of other things, I would build around the OMI bag. Cryptos R Us video was hecka good. I only saw the clip, but it was funny. Everyone's pumping but OMI. Little to no news from the developers either. Reminds me of my ex-relationships. LOL. Yeah. And look, I think OMI will have its day. I think it'll go up. The question again, though, is does it go up more than these newer coins from where it's at right now? That's the question. BenG is a thorn in OMI's ass. That dude has been a nightmare for a OMI. Yes, he has. Planet Profit in the house. Is Puddin' Cheeks on the new blockchain team? Puddin' Cheeks helped design the tokenomics. Shout out to Puddin' Cheeks. He's not, to my knowledge, a part of the actual blockchain team. So MCP points and they run out every 6 months. Yeah, so how did OGs benefit? So we'll see what they do with MCP points. They need to find a way to to reward those OGs who have been buying and accumulating. What you see, what kind of coins get listed on major exchanges makes you wonder what is happening. OMI got great IPs, great community. I don't get it. So my thoughts are, I don't get it either, to be honest. Maybe it has to do with the lawsuits that they've been embroiled in. I don't know. Space. Bronze tickets are useless without big drops. Mega IPs coming, my guess. Yeah, I do think that there will be another big IP introduced and other big drops. Look, we haven't seen the Banksy drop. I do think that'll happen. Sometimes they'll announce something and it'll take a while to get it out. So they're going to capture headlines. We saw it with the Stan Lee drop. Right? I don't mean to be a negative Nancy over here. I just trying to put OMI in perspective in its relationship with the rest of this crypto space. There are thousands of coins. Don't marry one. That's all. That's my point that I'm making there. Veve will, I'm sure, this is what they're good at. They're going to have other big drops that get headlines, and they will get more headlines in a bull market. And I do think that there will be eyes brought to Veve. The next run in OMI should be different. There's a ton more OMI in layer 2 and not in layer 1 on exchanges. Supply shock. We'll see. There's not a ton being staked from what I saw, especially when you consider there are 300 billion tokens and there are some people with a lot of tokens. And look, there are some people who are frustrated and they're going to be looking to sell when things move up at key psychological levels. And so, unlike something like Tectum, there is no resistance. And I'm only bringing this up because this is my last one to pump. There's no resistance for Tectum above $27. So after it goes to $27, it's going into what's called price discovery mode, where it makes a new all-time high. Some people will look to take profits, but older coins have levels of resistance that they need to get through, and they're psychological barriers, and they have people who have been holding for 3 years. So it's something to just keep in mind and be well, understand the space, how it works, how the psychology of the space works, so that you can position yourself and make as much money as you can. Because I'm here to stay, right? Again, but I'm also, more importantly, I'm here to make money. So I'm not going anywhere, but I want to make as much money as possible this cycle. The main thing OMI is lacking is a clear way to burn tokens. They need to activate OMI to NFT again. Yes. I think OMI to NFT would be a very big catalyst. All right. So now it's a matter of when will they get that out? And what infrastructure needs to be put in place. The thing about it is there's a ton of tech debt. And in my opinion, what's taking them so long is they have to retrofit everything. They have to retroactively do all this stuff because they built everything the first time. It's like, spaghetti code and whatnot. And now they have to fix what was broken and then rebuild and build out new systems and all that. But I'm not a tech guy. It doesn't matter. OMI wasn't fully diluted last cycle. What matters is exchanges need bigger utility. I think what's needed is that positive sentiment and that hope. And that's because that's what this whole space. Look, every 4 years, there's a crypto bubble. It's like the .com bubble. When everything pumped, you throw a pets.com, throw a .com on the back of the name, and it pumps. And in crypto, every 4 years, we get this bubble. What drives all these speculative assets? Hopium, speculation, narratives. The narrative of OMI, that first cycle, was amazing. The story was amazing. NFTs were just hitting. It was new. NFTs were a new technology to people. They were pumping off. Veve had the first digital licensed IP. That story was amazing. You had Logan Paul talking about it. You had Pokemon teased throughout. And so people bought up the hype and the hope. And that's what you're buying in crypto. You're not buying fundamentals. So I'm sorry to say it. What were people buying with the Decentraland and Sandbox last cycle? They were buying a narrative. And so I say that to say why utility and why exchanges are important is because it restores that narrative and it restores that hope and drives that speculation. And then the price goes up and then it catches momentum. And in any asset class like we're in, any highly speculative asset class, momentum breeds momentum. Price action follows momentum. And when people look at what the top moving coins are today, and it'll be OMI one day, it could catch, right, fire again. But they need, in order to keep all of these bag holders, they need to restore some of that hope. The idea that is that more OMIs on layer 2 now. Yeah, there is, but in the last cycle, we didn't have everything in circulation either. And so that changes market cap, right? And so every quarter or whatever, there was more tokens entering the circulating supply. So annoying that OMI doesn't drive the narrative. OMI should be an entertainment token. People don't know what category it is in. This is also a part of marketing the token and branding the token. And that's another thing that they haven't done well. They haven't talked about the token much. People have said that. And a lot of people say, well, it's because of regulation and they're just being safe. I don't want them to be safe. I want them, and I don't mean that like be risky. They're a crypto. OMI is a crypto token. They sold crypto tokens. Talk about the crypto token. Market the crypto token in your own way, not like overtly. Tie it to Veve, even if it's in an article. When I look at every other project and I talk to project managers, I follow a lot of projects very closely. I've not encountered another one that doesn't talk about their token. They all have threat of regulation. Now, people have said that, well, Veve's partnered with Disney and they need to be careful. They need to be careful. They don't want a lawsuit. They don't want the SEC to come after them because Disney wouldn't want that sort of negative attention. And I think that's fake news because Disney just launched on Flow. Disney Pinnacle is on Flow Network. Flow was named alongside Algorand months ago. It was named by the SEC as a security. And so Disney doesn't care. Disney's on Flow Network. I think the reason why they've been, and they have a plan, right? And I think Uncle Jeremy said they're building a business and they have a plan. Their plan is build out Veve first and then build out OMI. The problem with that is crypto runs in cycles, and that doesn't align with token holders' plans. If you're holding a token, you want to catch the cycle. Why else did you buy the token? I think it was Uncle Jeremy said once, sometimes, and he was talking about them not being on exchanges because he's vented his frustrations. He said sometimes a company's priorities don't align with their token holders. meaning like what they are looking to accomplish is not, we have different focuses. They're looking to build Veve first for whatever reason. And in my opinion, they have been extra cautious about regulation because Veve makes them fiat. Veve makes them real world money. I do think they care about OMI because that will make them a ton of money also. More money, in fact. But Vive's kind of have been their bet. It's been their bread and butter. And they don't want that token side of it to complicate their real world. One of the reasons I love this project so much and was drawn to it, many of you were as well, was it's got 1 foot in the real world, 1 foot in the crypto world. And so they're generating real world money. And how many crypto projects do that? You can probably count them on your hands, right? So there's that to like. At the same time, I feel like that has slowed their focus on OMI. They're not prioritizing it. I do think that they can scale Veve up through OMI, and OMI should be used as a conduit to Veve. You saw most of the people onboarded to Veve through the OMI token last cycle. These are the people who get it. These are the people who understand digital collectibles, NFTs. They speak the language. They're easier to onboard. And so by prioritizing OMI, they have an opportunity to scale Veve. Now, maybe that's part of the plan. And they'll do that this cycle. We're going to find out. I'm looking forward to January, the crypto convention that they're attending, because I want to see how they frame the narrative and how they frame the talk around OMI. Right? Do they only talk about Veve, or do they, for the majority of it, are they going to talk about Veve, or are they going to put heavy attention on the OMI token? If they put a lot of attention on OMI, I think that's a good sign. All right, well, we're going to find out in January. Veve app burns, not enough in my opinion. Well, there are no burns of OMI, right? Because that was the old system. Danny, any AR, VR associated tokens you know of? I don't, but Render, yeah. Render's an infrastructure play, so I love it. I think Render's going to do really well. I don't know that we're going to have an AR, VR narrative. We'll see. If team was delivering, would be around, I think definitely we would be around 00, definitely 0012. We would be at now if they were delivering. I don't know about 003, 004. It's possible. OMI's my biggest mistake. Complete waste of money. Too many factors, reasons it won't pump. We need to face facts. Look, regardless of what happens, there are a few things. I've learned many mistakes. I've learned many lessons through my mistakes. If OMI doesn't pump, I'm fine. Okay, because I've learned many lessons. You have to make mistakes in order to succeed. If you were wrong on this, and we won't know until 2 years from now, right? A year and a half. But you have to make mistakes in order to succeed. I do think it's going to go up again. But there's an opportunity at our fingertips right now as we enter a new cycle. So use what you've learned to position yourself. OMI is lagging because it's already at $150 million market cap. The team are a bunch of liars, constantly lying because they have to play catch up. And let's face it, the metaverse never. I think that the metaverse narrative is gone for sure. I don't think that's going to be hot this cycle. NFTs, though, I think NFTs are going to run. We'll see if there is an NFT narrative. We'll see. But yes, You need to understand market cap. And OMI's at $150 million market cap. And that seems small. But when you have all these smaller coins, like I'm buying, where is it? I'm buying OKT chain. Is this it? No, this is not it. Octo. Here it is. OTK. I was buying this at $4 million. It's now at 16 million. So this, did a 3x. And it still can 10x before it gets to OMI's market cap. And this is when I say that the newer coins will outperform, this is what I'm talking about. This is a coin that's on the Solana blockchain, so it's got a Solana narrative, the Solana ecosystem narrative. It is a gaming project. It hits that narrative. And it's got games that are already out. I think it's a mobile game, a mobile device, whatever, mobile app. But it's well below the OMI's market cap. And people need to keep these things in mind. That's when I talk about relative value, right? My brother, who's a newbie to crypto, what am I going to position him in? Something new that's cheap and that's going to hit different narratives. Every crypto chart looks the same. Pretty much every crypto chart in history looks the same. Take a look. All you got to do is study this stuff a little. They all look like this. That was Sandbox. Here's Mana. They all look like this. I can't pull up OMI because it doesn't go that far back because of the token migration. But any coin you can think of that's been through a cycle all look like that. Here's XRP. So it's about understanding this space that we're in and making money from it and positioning yourself. And so when I think about OMI buy, sell, hold, I think it's fine to hold it if it's a small part of your portfolio. Am I buying it against a new coin that hasn't had the run-up that you see on the screen right now? They all look like that, every chart. And let's go through. I think Tron regained. Let's look at. Here's Tron's first cycle. Tron's a top 10 project, right? Or so, close to it. It didn't hit its all-time high last cycle. Look at that first run-up. Look at Chainlink. You go down the list. Stellar. Again, Stellar. A top 30 token. Didn't get back to all-time highs in its second cycle. Had that big run up and almost got back, but didn't. So might we see the same thing on the OMI chart? You might, and maybe you get to a penny, penny and a half. The point is, take profits along the way. Don't get married to the idea that OMI is going to 3 cents, 5 cents. It's not going to 50 cents, 30 cents, 20 cents, any of those crazy numbers. It's not going there. The market cap would be huge. Don't marry the narrative that it's definitely hitting a new all-time high, because you're going to get swept up into the euphoria as it's running up. As it's running up. And everyone's going to be calling for 2-cent OMI party, 3-cent OMI party, 5-cent OMI party. And then BenG's going to dump on you. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but prepare for different outcomes. And so scale out at key psychological levels, take profits. If you wait for 3 cents and it never happens, you're going to miss your best time to sell. Well, I got a super chat. Let me check it out. Oh, thanks, B-dubs. Appreciate you. Appreciate the super. Let me get back into. Lost my place here in the comments. Just bear with me. Here we go. Yeah. How many partnerships has Sand, Gala, Mana, Ape, Flow had this year? Multiples. How many have OMI collaborated with? Well, OMI has its like license partnerships. It's had the Funko thing. It's got the indie stuff. Oh, OMI, none. Yeah, OMI has partnered with the small game. If I were the team, I would onboard a bunch of, make Veve have under the OMI umbrella, create an app with mini games from these creators. That guy that made the whatever that's called, Tengoku. You got Epico Regal. There's so many games that would want to leverage this community, right? So many game developers that would want to leverage the community. They could make OMI, you know, a small gaming token and put it under the umbrella of its utility. The potential was insane. It's actually incredible how badly they've handled everything. Great IP. That's literally it. And look, I'm not saying that it's easy to deliver. It's hard to build something in a new space, build multiple things up at once, and get swept up in a bull run. It's not easy. They went wrong through their promises, etc. I'm not one to, I don't complain. I don't FUD. I just try to objectively assess where things are and make decisions. But the vision is crazy good, right? And that's why we're all here. Execution on the tech side of things has been poor. Mr. Planet Profits, great IP and what? NFTs, they are not NFTs until interoperable. That's a whole other discussion, right? Wallets taking 10 million grew from 127 to 159 even after Bronze Ticket announcement. So that's good. So how many, I wonder what the math is on that. Dino Dragon, they have to do something with the token of the project dies this cycle. Is it true that they have just announced below 201 comic mints and next under? No, I don't know about that. Jordan's in here. When asked by Mona about buying OMI in the app, he started about some partnerships for trading OMI for collectibles. Yeah, we'll see. Look, there are many things that they could do that would be super bullish. Buying OMI in the app would be bullish. And I think that having the new web app, the mobile like web app out, is a stepping stone to that and to those other catalysts. So you have these bullish catalysts in front of us. It's a matter of getting them behind us, right? That's been the sticking point, is getting them accomplished. As of yet, look, 2023 was, we were excited. even though it was a bear market, that they were building in the bear. And many times I was happy with stuff that they were ticking off, right? It seemed like that they were checking boxes. But then more time goes on and they haven't checked off the big ones. And they got to do it. OG Vault in the house, 100 viewers. Smash that like button for sure. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Hate to say it, but too many lies. Even the owner teasing Pokemon NFTs. We'll see. I wouldn't recommend OMI to anyone. The lies they've told are borderline. And this is the thing. So even if they lies, not lies, whatever, maybe misleading white lies, maybe they didn't understand the depth of what they were promising, whatever it is, however you want to frame it. I'm not going to say that they lied. But, you know, it's interesting. I know Dr. of Stuff. I caught part of Dr. of Stuff stream, and he's a smart guy and a friend. And he talked about the bullish things that David said in the Metamona interview. But like, you know, the headline was the Futters comment. Why is that? It's because of the frustration, right? It's because of the fact that a good portion of the community believes or feels like Howard feels right now, that they've lied, that they've misled. That's a genuine belief and feeling. And I don't argue, you know, people have a right to feel how they feel, right? I don't try to change people's minds, or everyone's entitled to their opinion and their perspective, and it's just as valid as anyone else's. But the only way that they can dispel that narrative and that perspective is by delivering on those big ticket items. That's it. Actions, right? Goes back to, don't tell me who you are, show me who you are, get it done. Embarrassing to go to a crypto event with only soft staking. Look, you can, not every token, it's been a while, but it's crypto. It's okay if they say that this is what the token's going to do. So the point is, they've got to embrace the token. They've got to embrace the token. I don't want to hear fear of regulation. You sold the token. People bought the token. Embrace the token. Blockchain Pirates has OMI NFT and celebrity endorsements. Can you imagine that? And Veve does have like a viral capability, right? Like the app and the AR stuff. And I love the competition with the Coke vending machine. I think that's great. I think that they should have been doing these things. You know, their social media team should be highlighting the best parts of, you know, what they can do, what their collectibles can do. They should hire, you know, a TikToker or whatever to just make videos. And they did a great job with what's his name? Who makes the videos that they hired from? I'm drawing a blank. The guy who does the videos in different languages, he does a great job in summarizing the comics, etc. I would love to have them have a social media person who just makes viral videos like Metaverse Life does, right? Like their smaller scale Metaverse Life, who's just making these small clips and marketing through that way, and then incentivizing these contests. I think are a good thing. Wanted to lower my average on OMI, but thank God I bought, Injective and Trias. And Injective is sick. If you bought And I thought about buying Injective. I didn't. It was on my list, but I'm fine. It's fine because there are so many good tokens out there. But look at what Injective has done. It's not loading. Injective has done tremendous, and Injective will continue to do well. I'm sure we'll at least 10x from here. Look at Caspa. I'm sure Caspa has a great potential to 10x from here. Already has a big market cap. And people say, well, those other things have already run. Playable Games already did a 50x. It retraced since. So it's at like a 30x. But it's still a $30 million market cap. And oftentimes, the winners of a cycle are going to keep winning. When you look at Caspa down here, it had already done a 20x. Look at it now. It's going to go up more. And so I feel like people feel like they missed boats because things have gone up. There's so much opportunity, so many things under a 50 million market cap, under $100 million market cap that are going to go into the billions in market cap next cycle. And if you build out a good position and just dollar cost average, you're going to be fine. I bought Solana at $25 in the bear market. I bought it at $15, $16, $27, $13, $8. When it went from 8 to 25, I still bought Solana. I've sold over 100 collectibles in the past few days. It's going to take Veve a while to market. And we'll see. I will probably, so I sold collectibles in the bear market to buy Bitcoin. Right? When Bitcoin was $18,000, I pretty much sold all my collectibles. I sold whatever I could. I rounded up the change in my house. I cashed out my credit card rewards. Whatever money I could get, I got and I bought. Now, though, I'd like to, once I'm done accumulating crypto, I've since bought back some Veve stuff because I like it. And I want to be able to show some stuff off when I finally get that Veveverse access. And I'll likely continue to build on my collectibles. You can't do arbitrage with Veve. There is not crypto. Yeah, there's not, but that's correct. And that would be amazing and a huge catalyst. But if what I mean by that is if my portfolio from where it's at now does a 5x, I have no problem buying some of the grails on Veve. So that's the arbitrage I'm talking about. Cashing out of my crypto, and then I'll have a lot of disposable money. And I think others will also. Veve is not your keys, not your crypto fans. Yeah. Veve has made 10,000 promises. Yeah. Next 6 months. What up, Daniel in the house? Let's see what else. Let me scroll down a little. FA first appearance in the house. I'm not confident in the TET team. Team on NCDT is excellent and well vetted. Yeah, I know. I've seen some FUD around the TET team. We'll see. They've gotten some things done. I like the soft note thing. I like they just had a partnership with Ator. They've got their TET staking coming. Look, do I like TET for the next 4 years? No. Do I think it'll do well this cycle? Yes. I don't know enough about it to know if it'll be around. But this space is just narrative driven. AG in the house. What's good? He's late, but he made it, and we're still going here. Still got over 100 people up in here, an hour and a half in. Smash that like button. Still hoping for 2 to 5 cents. Would be nice. Bye, Trius. Do you think the new partnership is OMI related? I don't think so, but we'll see. I hope so. I think it's Veve related. Trust in Bitcoin only. Long term, yes, Bitcoin. Jordan Riz in the house. Justin says, we're in the hands of Foster. LOL. I think Foster's doing a good job. Shout out to Foster in his role. Jordan says, 5 cent OMI FTW. Let's go. Enjoying the stream while editing my new video FUD, Veve FUD video. There's X80, in my opinion, probably the most we could hope for. I'll be happy with a 10x to a 20x on OMI at the moment. Yeah. Look, OMI could go to 5 cents. I'm not saying that it can't. I'm saying be prepared for multiple outcomes and don't marry your bag. Spread yourself out. Howard says, great stream. Happy New Year to everyone up in here. I look forward to many more streams in the new year. Profit would be happy. Plan a profit. Happy with the 2x. You'll get your 2x. You'll get a 5x. Should get more than that. New partner, not OMI related. The NFT show is all about digital collectibles. We'll see. ML ticker on MEXC. MLT? No. It's I swapped for ML and MetaMask on the Ethereum network. The price of, check it out. I think the price last I checked was, I don't remember, to be honest. Matt G says, jumping to flavor of the week is risky. Yeah, so it's not about a flavor of the week. It's flavor of the cycle. I'm not jumping from coin to coin. I'm building out positions in coins that I think are going to do well this cycle. And Bull is one of them. And I bought more Bull today. And I think it's going to do well this cycle. Caspa is going to do well this cycle. Look at coins that have strength in these. We're not in altcoin season yet. Check out some of these coins that have good strength. Naka, Games for a Living. Caspa's had strength. After there's a pullback, they're likely to, again, have more leg up. They're going to have another leg up. The ones that have done well early on are going to continue to do well. Winners keep on winning in those hot narratives, right? The gaming narrative is not going anywhere. It's going to be here this cycle. It'll have its ebbs and flows. It's going to pump and then cool off. And it's been cooled off. If you're paying attention, the gaming narrative has been cooled off since the last big push up. All the monthly charts look like this. Down slightly. But the yearly charts look like this. And when you project out, where do you think this chart is going on Games for a Living? It's going to go up and to the right as long as they just keep people, keep selling the vision and the dream, because that's what it's about in this first cycle of Games for a Living. They've got a great narrative. Gaming ecosystem founded by the vice president of Barcelona Gaming, the biggest mobile app gaming, creators of Candy Crush. Vice president was the founder, one of the founders of EA Sports. EA, it's in the game. So how is Games for a Living in a gaming hype cycle not going to keep going up and to the right? And it doesn't have the baggage that other tokens from last cycle have. It doesn't have heavy resistance above it. People waiting to get out. People accusing the team of not following through because they haven't had a chance to not follow through. That's the thing about crypto. Your first cycle There are promises, there's hype, there's speculation. And then once people realize those weren't all delivered and the price tanked 90%, they get pissed off. That is not unique to OMI. Look at Veracity, VRA. The price tanked like all tokens. I think VRA is going to do very well this cycle. I think it'll make a new all-time high. But there are many bag holders who are calling the team liars, etc. This is not unique to OMI. This is a crypto thing, legacy coins, coins that have been through a cycle. Now you have to deliver. Whereas a new coin just has to promise and be in the right place at the right time. And many of these coins are in the right place at the right time. You can tell. You know which narratives are going to be hot. Gaming, AI, real-world assets, that Bitcoin narrative, that BRC20 narrative, Bitcoin scaling solutions. These are the narratives that are going to run this cycle. Something fell. Need user growth, 2023 daily average. Yeah. And I think that momentum will bring in users, right? Price brings in users. Some are saying the total cap will hit 3.2 trillion this year and 7 to 10 trillion. So this is a good point. I think 10 trillion might be a lot. Usually when people put like a bar up here, bring it down a bit, and let me make this smaller. Here is 2017 total market cap of the whole asset class was 700, less than a trillion, 760 billion. 2021, that went to 3 trillion. So it did a 4x. 2017, the whole asset class did a 54x. I don't know if that's big enough. Let me make it bigger. From 2013 to 2017, the whole asset class did a 54x. 2017 to 2021, the whole asset class did a 4x. Diminishing returns. Went to 3 trillion. I think 6 trillion is a conservative, realistic estimate. Upwards of maybe up to 10. So yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe that could help inflate the OMI token and everything else. We'll see. But keep in mind that those big coins are going to get bigger. So of that 3 trillion, so last cycle, Bitcoin went to 1 trillion, $69,000. Bitcoin should top over 100 million. 100, sorry, man, I always do this. $100,000. Sorry, guys. Bitcoin should top 100K. If it goes to 130K, that's a $2 trillion market cap. So it would occupy of the 7 trillion, almost a third. Ethereum should go to 1 trillion. And then Solana, I would expect to $300 billion. And some of those other big ones into the hundreds, right, of billions. So those big boys are going to eat up a lot of market share. It's going to be really interesting to watch how it plays out. There's absolutely an opportunity for OMI to break an all-time high. However, be prepared for multiple outcomes. And there's also an opportunity that it could underperform. And so position yourself properly. Don't take on too much risk in any altcoin. It's already an inherently risky asset class. There is no need to. Spread yourself out. Caspa all day. And I wish I got into Caspa, but it's all good. That's the other thing, is you're not going to catch them all. You're going to see some of these things running up. You need to buy them before they run up. Find the next Caspa. Even if it doesn't do a Caspa. Even if it goes up, 10x, 20x, whatever it is, there are plenty of opportunities. Jordan says, Epico at $1 million market cap. Plug. Catching momentum from Pokemon teasing or exchange promises don't help the narrative. They should have kept Ben. He was the best thing on chart. You're right. Ben screwed them. Their relationship with Ben has been hanging over the project. There's no doubt about it. Continues to hang over the project. Why every live Dino the Ben fan turns up? Raven says, one thing is people in OMI are too spoiled. Veve gets a new license and people expect them to have a product out already. Naka has a new partner. And you don't see people wanting a game straight. So I think, Raven, this goes back to first cycle narrative, new cycle. First cycle versus your second cycle. I don't think that the people on Veve, the Veve users, are spoiled. I think they were promised things that weren't delivered, and they're frustrated. And when you set expectations here and fall short of them, and then the price goes down, people get mad. The price would have gone down anyway. Newsflash, right? The price of OMI would have gone down 95%, even if they had all of their catalysts out last cycle. But maybe it would have bounced up faster. We'd have stronger sentiment, and the community wouldn't be as upset. Yeah. How you just destroyed that excuse about Disney. I think it's the lawsuits. I don't know, but a Comey is weird. Yeah, the Disney thing never, our licenses, we can't they had the crypto coin from the beginning. Right? The risk of regulation and the coming into this unregulated space. Disney knew that when they partnered with Veve. So I never really bought into that. And then that was only confirmed when Disney partnered with Flow, that has been targeted by the SEC. Crypto Crazy Dan in the house. What's good? Yeah, hit the like button. This is not FUD. Yeah, and look, I will give flowers and, speak positive and all that stuff when it's due and shout things out. But I'm also going to call out the stuff that is wrong or that I don't like. And I try to be as objective as possible. Yeah. Reading all the complaints from the constant complainers is part of the entertainment. Yeah. So I think that there are people who are upset and frustrated, and they have a right to be. I don't get upset about that. At some point you need to if you're going to stick around, you got to adjust the expectation. It's going to take much longer than you thought. But there are people who want Veve to fail, want OMI to fail. Those people I can do without, right? People who want it to succeed but are frustrated, I have no issues. And I think that everyone has a right to say what they will. Yeah, I would definitely. So they won't. The thing about Veve and what makes it so great is the ease of onboarding people, right? With the click of a credit card in the app store, whatever. I would love them to force OMI. I love OMI to be the native currency of the Veveverse. Even if it's in the back end, be the native currency of the Veveverse. But that was kind of, those hopes were dashed. Cairo in the house. What's good? NFT holder. Epico will be an AR, VR, metaverse token. So we'll see. Epico only has a $1 million market cap, still super small after that run up. OTK. What wallet do you store your bull? So I bridged my bull token on their website. Ron made a video about it. Ron's Crypto Therapy. It's in his playable games review. I bridged it. It was super easy. It's on AVAX in my MetaMask on the Avalanche mainnet, but it's wrapped bull. It's a little annoying, but it's easy. It's annoying that you have to do it, but in my opinion, worth it. Bart, I'm way behind on these comments. Let me zoom through. NFT narrative is gone. We're gonna find out what it is, if it's gone or not. The people most upset with Veve tend to be the people who prefer flat card NFTs of animals. So I think that there are two different things, right? If I'm a collector on Veve, I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm a collector at heart. I have no, whatever. I have to wait a little longer for things. I'm not complaining. It is what it is. I'd be pissed maybe about my MCP points, whatever. But if I'm just a collector on Veve, I'm fine to wait. If I'm an investor in OMI, you got to hit the cycle. You got to get those deliverables out. And so I think, Matthew, it's a matter of perspective, right? And where you're coming from. I'm assuming that you're coming from a place where you love Veve, you love collecting on there, and you're in it in part, at least, even if you're there for monetary value, you're also there for the collecting aspect of it. And I think like someone like My Collectibles is like that. There are plenty of people in this community who enjoy collecting on Veve. And, it's to them, they don't get upset about waiting because they're just enjoying collecting. But if you came here for monetary, to make money, then I can see where there'd be frustration. We have the best IPs in the world. Oh, I think I do. But do the crypto folks care? No. So I think they'll care when the prices go up again. I think you'll see people come in. Look at NCDT. I'm going to write that down. Thanks for being a channel member. FA first appearance. Come into as a channel member, you can join the Telegram group. A few people are in there. So make sure that you join in and we talk about things like this. I just wrote that down. Will you DCA out of OMI at a 10x? Yeah, I will DCA out of all of my coins, starting at certain price points. Yes. Got to take profits because it's only on, right? It's just, they're unrealized gains unless you take profits. OMI, not a all-time high market cap. Sometime, no. We'll see if it does. With the backing that OMI has, there's no reason for the token to not move. We'll see. They talk about the game that was going to use OMI. So do you think this is what they were going to? It could be that, yeah. I mean, that's possible. I think that what they're going to talk about, the big announcement in January is going to be a partnership with on Veve. I think it's going to be an IP or something, a big one. We'll see. Maybe, David just came back from Japan. Maybe it'll be some, manga, whatever. Hopefully an anime thing. But I do think it's going to be a partnership with a big IP. Fortune made in smaller caps. I'll make money in OMI, but we'll get rich elsewhere. Yes, this is it. It's not about will OMI go up. It's about will OMI go up more than these other coins. Yep, OMI into games is the grail. It'd be amazing. And I think there's opportunity there. See what else we got. Let me go through. I hold 21 million OMI. I'm going to sell 1 million today. Maybe that will make it go up. Action utility. You make sure you guys smash the like button here. I'm going to jump down a bit. Let me try to get through some more of these. Why don't the constant complainers ever do YouTube live streams, make their case and answer questions? Instead, they go into the spaces, live videos anonymously just to gripe. Look, yeah, you got those people. You got to tune them out. If there are people who are overly negative and just, there are trolls. It's annoying. Trolls want engagement. They want you to have this reaction. And so my strategy is I don't give them engagement. And I'm not an emotional person, so they don't upset me. The Veve proponents and people who like it go out into the public. Nice. AVB, I haven't heard of that one. There are so many tokens out there. And OG Vault talked about on a live stream, Crown. And Vault's not even like a huge, I don't think, if you ask him, I don't think he's a huge crypto investor, right? Like he seems more into like the collectible space. But he was talking about Crown a couple of weeks ago. And it went up like 100%. There are so many opportunities. Sol, what's good? Decentralized infrastructure, check it. More distributed, decentralized than every other storage play like Arweave. That's Iagon. I'm going to check that one out also. Iagon. There are so many good tokens out there. So many that I know are going to pump, but I don't have room for them in my portfolio. And so I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to watch them pump. Matthew says Vault has been discommunicated and excommunicated from Veve. I did over the years find that OG Vault was very patient and kind with all of your viewers that asked lots of questions. Yeah, Vault has been a help. He's got his own issues with the team or whatever, but he's turned into a footer. Falcon says, Danny, great live. Appreciate you, Falcon. OMI to the moon. Let's get it, man. I'm hoping that OMI does what we all thought it would do. Right? I'm here to give a balanced perspective on, the whole space and on OMI in particular. Mark in the house. What's good? 2024 year of the Saudi bags. Let's get it. I think you're talking about the exchange token you purchased. I think Nexa might be the next cash buy. I've seen a lot about Nexa. Yes. Proof of work chain with smart contract capabilities. Yeah. Nexa could do well. Let me pull it up. So let's see. It came out early this year, pumped, came down. It's been in a downtrend, but I have heard a lot about Nexa. Market cap is, you can't see it. I need to switch to CoinGecko. When you buy a coin or a token and you cannot explain what it does, you're really not a serious investor. It's crypto, man. Buy it because it goes up. No one's revealing their hand till the halving. When you can't say that, blame Futters. Been staying away from the internet for the holidays. Hope you had a good Christmas. Yes, sir. Yeah, I haven't seen you around, Mark. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you as well. Scared money don't make money. Team is not willing to take any chances. They are making money. I made a G today, but made it in a sleazy way. These Ice Cube classic. Maybe they need gaming period. G Flow says, still praying for 10 cents, but 3 cents pays off the house. I think 10 cents is too optimistic. I think 10-cent OMI would put us at, you have to anticipate that no OMI is really getting burnt, right? And 10 cents would put us at a $35 billion, about a $30 to $35 billion market cap. $30 to $35 billion market cap. That I don't think is happening. That's too high for this cycle. But people will argue, Dogecoin went to, 40 billion, 70 billion or whatever, but Dogecoin's a meme coin. Is that Tupac, not Ice Cube? I'm getting old and forgetting. Yeah, you're right. That is Tupac. Good. Thank you for correcting me, Vault. Vault says, not big into crypto yet, but soon. Yes, sir. And now is the time. This is it, man. Yeah, Tupac. No, Tupac is my favorite rapper growing up. And I'm surprised. I'm upset at myself that I misquoted that. But this is it, man. You're in the right place at the right time. And hopefully the cycle repeats itself the way it has in the past. And we get to that $7 trillion asset class market cap. Many people are going to get rich if they sell. If they hold, they're going to ride it down and be right back where they were. Right? And that's why be open to all possibilities, make a plan, sell, DCA out the way you DCA in, extract money from the market, and make sure you pay yourself along the way. Otherwise, it might as well be monopoly money. Adam sold his OMI bag, and he's grateful. Oh, thanks for coming and listening anyway, buddy. You came here for a 2-hour OMI stream, and he sold all his OMI. And man, people, it's okay if you lose faith in something and sell it into something else. You can't look back. You're taking risk, right? It's hard to make those decisions. It's your money. Do with your money what you think is best for you. And if you think that another coin or project's going to make you more money, put your head down and do what you got to do. People say, I can't believe you sold at this price or whatever. I have cut ties with projects in the past because I found something that I thought would run faster, and it worked out for me most of the time. Sometimes it didn't. It's not easy. It's an emotional, psychological roller coaster. You kind of have to be objective, and you have to be okay with being wrong. Because if OMI goes to 5 cents, Adam's going to be pissed. Unless he made a lot of money, right? If OMI goes to 5 cents, but Adam buys something that goes up more, then he did better. So it's okay to sell and, put your stuff in other things that you think will run harder. ICP pumping hard right now. Yeah, ICP has had nice runs recently. Look at that. 25% on the day. And look at, I told you all crypto charts look the same. Look at this one from all-time high. Crazy. First cycle, $428. Now $11. Is ICP making a new all-time high? Absolutely not. Will it still go up? Yes. Let's see, to 20 cents at $65 million market cap right now, which is 1/10 the market cap of our Weave. Yeah, it's not happening. 60, you have to understand market cap. What Sol is saying is correct. Is that, let me double check my math here. Market cap. Yeah, 20 cents, about $65 billion market cap. That is not happening. In a bullish case scenario, and there are people who think that it's going to go to these crazy numbers, there is a danger in that. There's a danger in thinking OMI is going to an unrealistic price. And the danger is you're not going to sell at the right time. If you think it's going to 20 cents and it's gotten to 1 cent, you are thinking, I still have a 20x in this. And you're going to have euphoria. You're going to be pumped up. You're going to think that you're a genius. It's how it works. It's going to be hard to sell. So if you have, let's do the math. If you have 20 million, I didn't even go that far out. If you have 20 million and it went to 1 cent or 1.5 cents, $300,000. It's a good amount of money. Most people could pay off their mortgage with that money, right? That's life-changing money. But you think that you can 20x that or even 5x that and go to $2 million? If that is your expectation psychologically, I have $300,000, but it's going to 6x. Market is hot. You have this expectation. You have to have realistic expectations because every chart looks the same again. And as fast as they go up, they come down faster and harder. Right? Or you know what? It's a kind of like a slow bleed down. And it psychologically makes you think that you're going to go back up because it dips. You didn't sell here and you had $300,000 and it goes down here and you get frustrated and panic. Now you have 200,000. You're thinking, well, I want to get that 300,000 back. And it starts going back up. And now you're thinking we're going back up and I'm going to have that $2 million bag. But you don't recognize that the trend has reversed because the feeling is the same. And by the time you realize the trend has reversed, you're down here. And so understand the importance of market cap, understand how the space works, and your goal is to extract money from the market. Yep, 3 cents, pay off the mortgage, 100%. Are you selling Trias? Since I don't own Trias, so I'm not selling it. But I'm not selling if it's a long hold for me, like TET is a hold for this cycle. When I say long, I mean this year and beginning of next year. And I just made a good amount of money on TED. But I'm not selling because we're so early. I'm going to wait until after the halving, Bitcoin makes new all-time highs. That's when I'm going to start selling. Or once these things hit, if I got a 10x out of TED or something else, I would take money out of that, take some profits, and maybe put it into something else smaller, or maybe, take some of that money out, but not yet. I don't try to time markets. I don't buy in and out of positions. I build out that's my strategy. Everyone's got a different strategy. I think it's important to define who you are. Are you you hodling long this? Are you hodling for the cycle, building up your spot bags? Are you moving in and are you looking to just ride something up, take profit, ride something up? Are you a trader? For me, what works is building out positions, riding them, and then selling. Yeah. I think the OMI community is what has kept it. It's not going to get to meme coin status. But, the OMI community is tremendous. If there are people here in this chat who don't even own OMI because they found this community. That's funny. Let's see what else we got. They want to make a Tupac token. ICP chart is horrible, 100%. I will pull up Iagon now. Soul. IAG. Did on the monthly. Nice. So this is a strong chart right here. Just by looking at this chart, it's going to go up. All right. What's going to happen is all the charts look the same. They go up, they consolidate, they go up, they consolidate. People are impatient. They buy. It doesn't go up because it's consolidating. And they think, why isn't this going up? Everything is going up. And then it goes up. So it's going to go up. It's going to bounce off this all-time high. It's going to come down. It's going to go range bound. Right? It's going to range. Then once it breaks that all-time high, it's going to go into price discovery. This is a $65 million market cap. But just by looking at the chart, it's going to go up. Very real risk. Bull market doesn't come. Black swan. So there is no risk. So a black swan, the very nature of a black swan is that you cannot predict it, right? You cannot predict a black swan. And so therefore, it's not worth being scared of a black swan. Who could have predicted a global pandemic? And black swans don't come about every 5 years. They're kind of like generational, right? Maybe 10 years, whatever, 20 years. War, historically, markets have done fine through wars. They've benefited from wars oftentimes. Election issues, I don't think so. I think that the election's going to be a benefit to the market because look at Biden's last campaign trailer commercial. He's running on the stock market. He's running on the strength of markets. His chance of re-election is better with a strong market. A stronger overall market benefits crypto. They're going to cut rates. My threats to this bull market are a deep recession but I don't anticipate a deep recession this year. But if there were a recession, we went through that. Something like the Tether being attacked, something going wrong with Tether, or really real bad regulation stuff, right? The government trying to kill American government. trying to kill crypto, alts, whatever. But, they were dealt several blows already, with the XRP case, etc. Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't be mad. It's hard to go back because too many lies. Yeah, you can't be mad. Correct. You make your decision, you stick with it, and it takes, a certain amount of fortitude to pull the trigger on something. Does every chart look the same because we're still early? Yeah, I guess because it's just a cycle of it's a bubble cycle. So I think if you looked at the .com bubble and you looked at all those pets.com, all those shitty companies that just threw .com on them, they probably look the same. We go into hyper speculative mode every 4 years based on the Bitcoin halving. And you're going to see the same run-ups. You're going to see parabolic run-ups in coins next year. People think that we're in alt season. We're not. We are not in alt season. I tweeted this. I thought it was a good tweet. So I'm shared here. Got my Solana phone yesterday. But where is it? Not this. I remember Sol commented on it saying that I was shilling a meme coin. Here. So just a reminder for those thinking this market is overheated. This is not the proper bull run. There'll be a pullback, but the real fun starts post-halving. SafeMoon reached a market cap of $17 billion last cycle. That's overheated. Kakinu is at $100 million. 17 billion. SafeMoon. People are saying that this market's overheated because meme coins are going to 100 million. So we're not there yet. Sell pressure will be hardcore. There will be, yeah, I agree that sell pressure will suck. Good question. What market cap for a top 100 height of bull? I started doing research on this. Let's look at November. I'm going to pick a date in November 13, 2021. Right? That's around the height of the last bull market. Let's go to historical snapshot. At the height of the last market, top 100 coins had a market cap of 1 billion. OMI was a top 100 coin 4 months ago in August when OMI doubled. It was a top 100 coin. It's now maybe a top 300 coin. It's dropped a lot. I'm not sure. I'm throwing that number out there. That might be a lie. But next cycle, I think if you double it, right? If you double the whole asset class to 6 trillion, I think the top 100 will all have a $2 billion or more market cap. And you could see the top 200 tokens with $1 billion. We're close to it. Maybe the top 150. Sounds about right. Right? If we go to 6 trillion market cap, I would say the top 50, just doubling all of these numbers. At 150 last cycle, you had a $500 million market cap. So I would go, 2 billion top 100, 1 billion top 150. conservative. OMI is currently, let's look up where OMI is now. I got to go to CoinGecko. Guys, over 2 hours strong. Still have over 80 people up in here. I want to thank you all for coming through. Smash the like button if you haven't already while I look for OMI. Let's check its ranking. All right. So we dropped out of the top 200. Here it is. Comey. $192 million market cap, 241. So OMI got lapped by 140 coins. Right? It could run up again, flip coins, etc. But there are going to be other coins that come behind us. Naka is going to flip OMI on the next run up. Where is it? Naka's at like 140 million, I want to say. Many of these coins, if they continue to run and OMI stays stagnant, it's going to drop out of the top 300. So can it get back to the top 100? It can. But understand there are a lot of coins out there. Don't marry your coins. My voice is getting hoarse. I'm going to stick around for a little longer. 2024 is different. Everybody knows the deep state exists and hates Americans. Didn't the top 100 have a billion market cap? Yeah, exactly. But this is a crypto channel. Yeah, let's not get that deep. Blockchain pirate. ICP over 12 bucks. Nice. Congrats to everyone in that war. Heart Song, great content as always. Thanks. If I have 10K to invest in altcoins that will 10x, which 3 to 4 coins would you choose? So my favorite coins right now, there are so many. And there are coins that I'm not in that will probably outperform some of the coins I'm in. Just what it is. But I like Tectum. It just ran up. So, well, Mint Layer, I think, hasn't quite run up. And I think Mint Layer can do well. Let's see. This is the chart on Mint Layer. Nice chart. Market cap of under 30 million. A scaling solution for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is front and center this cycle because of the ETF. They're going to need ways to scale Bitcoin. It's going to be a narrative. Tectum can scale Bitcoin. Mint Layer can scale Bitcoin. And it had this run up. It cooled off. I got in around here in this area. I bought more recently because I think it's going to double soon. I think it's going to, on the next push, and look, anything can happen, right? There's going to be a pullback eventually on crypto market that might happen. So when I say soon, I mean, if the market stays where it's at and goes sideways and alts continue to run on its next push up, eventually it's going to break this all-time high. And when it does, it's going into price discovery. And I expect it to hit $50 million in market cap, and that will be almost 100%. This can go a 3x and still be small at $100 million market cap, because something with this narrative, this project, can get into the billions. right? So I think this one is a good 10x. Easy. Not easy. Not financial advice. Tectum, ML, GFAL, games for a living. I would be surprised if that did not do at least a 10x. Playable games should do at least 10x. Hello Labs, hello. I think we'll do a 10x. There are many. I think I named 5. Yep. And this is what, speaking to what Soul is saying, some things have done 100x, but they're still at a $65 million market cap. There was a time when Sandbox and Mana and OMI did 100x, but it was still a fraction of a penny. And then it did another 10x, 20x. OMI did a 1000x last cycle from bottom to top. If you missed the first move, you could still have caught a 10x in it. Most of us bought after the all-time high, right? Some people bought before. Most of us bought after. Now we're here early. That's the key thing. So you're not going to be buying things when they're at $1 billion market cap. Something that can go to a $7 billion, $6 billion market cap, $5 billion. You're not going to be buying it at a $1 or $2 billion market cap because you're early. You have opportunities to buy things at a $65 million market cap. Mint layer, $30 million market cap. Don't be intimidated by the chart because it's a straight line up. The parabolic moves get made in the real bull run. And when you zoom out on this chart, again, I'm going to pull up Mana because it's just something that everyone knows. Look, this is Mana after a big run up and a cool off. This is where we're at. $0.60, right? But it already did 20x, whatever it did. It already pumped. I missed it. This is the next pump, the big pump. So you're not going to catch them all at the beginning, and that's okay. The good news is it's hard to buy down here because you don't have conviction. Unless you're like really diving deep and learning and all that, you don't have confirmation from the market. And most people need confirmation from the market in order to buy because they don't know what it's hard to understand tech. It's hard to understand, there are thousands of projects that all start over here. And so it's hard to, if you're buying it down here, you're likely not putting a good amount of money into it because you don't have that confirmation from the market and that conviction that confirmation will give you. But over here, now you know, the market seems to like this. We are early in the cycle. And now I could potentially get a good 10x out of this. 20x. So we're early. Do your own research and learn as much as you can about the projects, and that'll give you some confidence, confirmation. And there are plenty of 10x's, 20x's, 50x's, 100x's out there. You're not going to catch them all. Good show. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for coming through. A 10x is more than enough. Yeah, people sleep on a good 10x. Don't sleep on a 10x. My Solana did a 12x from $8. Feels good. I'm already up. Don't plan to sell any, though. I need it because I got a mad discount on storage access. Nice. And Sol, Sol's in it for the tech also. And so that gives him a different perspective on things. Dr. Doom in the house. Veve's made in 1 month more than OMI's market cap. Just by that metric, it's undervalued. But the thing is that crypto markets don't work quite like that. And I agree. One of the things that draws me to OMI is the real world revenue that Veve has. So from a rational, logical standpoint, what you're saying is correct. Crypto is not a rational space. There's a coin called Cock that will soon be at $1 billion market cap because it's a funny meme coin with a rooster. So you can't always apply logic. It's about momentum, hype, speculation, and narrative. Alex Becker said it well. We're trading stories. That's all we're doing. And once you know that, you're better at it. Just want a summer bull. 2024, 2025, I don't care, but I need a summer bull. Man, we all want that summer bull. Hopefully we get it. OMI is up. Yes. Crazy amount, 21,000%. So a 5,000% gain would be a 50x. I don't think that's conservative. That's not conservative. 500%, 5x is conservative. 10x is nice. Another 50x all after it already went up. Keep in mind that OMI started from the bottom. Now we here, right? OMI started super low. I hate that. Let me see if CoinGecko has the all-time. There were more zeros. There are going to be diminishing returns. Here we go. Look how many zeros. 4 and then a 3. So I don't think it can do a 50x. Well, no, I can do a 50x. I don't think that's conservative. I think that's super bullish. And I hope it happens. I'm not saying I think it's possible, right? That's within the realm of possibility. It's not like a 10 cent, 20 cent OMI, but it's not conservative. But look at the chart. It looks like all the other charts. OMI's not special. None of these coins are special other than Bitcoin is special. Ethereum is special. Solana is kind of special. Sol would say that ADA is very special, right? But they're not special. They're coins. We're trading them. We're riding them up. We're selling them off. We're trading narratives. We overcomplicate things. 2.5 hours strong, 86 people here. Still, smash the like button. Yeah. Historically, the bull run will go, if history repeats, September is 18 months, I think, after the halving. September of 2025. If you're still holding a bag in September of 2025, you're playing with fire. The deeper we get into this, the longer you're holding, the more chance you have of bag holding. It's special right now. I love Cardano, but I love crypto principles more, and I move wherever the principle is stronger. Yeah, there you go. This is the way. Don't marry a coin. Yeah. And that's why I've also learned about predictions, whatever. I just think in terms of price potential. where can it go? And there's always going to be a range. Well, the start of it is in 2024. AG. Let's see. Welt Gaming has a new website. $2 million market cap. Dope. Haven't checked it. If you want money, listen to Dan. He understands the degen minds and is willing to capitalize. Correct. Soul's here for the tech. I'm here for the money. Nobody knows when the bull run is. It could be January 1st for all we know. I think we're in early stages bull, right? I think we're in the early stage of the bull, crypto spring. We were in winter. Now the spring has sprung, and soon summer and the golden bull will be upon us. ML chart looking nice, little pullback, providing nice entry, correct. ML is a nice pick. Research it. If you invest in 20 or 30 decent tokens, correct, at an early, that's a good strategy. I have 30 tokens right now. Some I have more money in than others. I don't need them all to succeed. I don't care. If OMI doesn't succeed, I don't care. Because some of my others will, and they'll make me a lot of money. And so it's important to diversify. And that's why I said if you're over leveraged on OMI, I would spread out. And if that goes for any token. Yes, karate. I bought karate today. I had heard about it. I had Earn on last week. Earn is from the Ron's Telegram group, which is a good group to join if you're interested. The sale ends, private group sale ends in a couple days, $175 for access through the next year. A lot of good information there. I bought some karate. Sub 20 million market cap. This is a real, I'll pull up the website. Let's see. Karate Combat. No, this is not the website. So, wherever the web. This is basically, it's like UFC, but not UFC. It's real fighting with a token integrated for gambling on it. But I think you can't lose. There's some like thing to it. Karate token's an interesting one. I like it. I bought some. Sub $20 million market cap. I think it'll go sideways. If it follows suit, it should go sideways a bit. Research it if you like it. It's an idea for people looking for a relatively small cap. I haven't dived deep into token supply, but it's got that gambling aspect to it, which I like. It's got the entertainment-fi. I like that. Have a good day, Soul. ARB is about to make a move. Just bought 1K coins. Very nice. Thanks for the live stream. Thanks for coming through, Crazy Dan. All the best to you in 2024. Long versus short-term tax is, yes, that's another thing to consider. The tax rate, right? So 2.5 hours, a good last OMI stream for 2023. Looking forward to 2024. Thanks to everyone who was here for the full 2.5 hours, even if you just stopped by for 5 minutes. Make sure you smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing some more content, OMI related, alts related in 2024. I wish you all a happy new year, and let's get rich in 2024.